Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's EL Talks Football. We are back again with another video. Today on Vibes on the 6, we are going to be talking about transfers. Yes, there's a lot of transfers to discuss and maybe a little bit about Tottenham dropping points to Leicester. But Ugarte is headed to Manchester United. We're going to talk about that. We got Staffy in the building to discuss that. Mikel Merino and Mikel Arteta conversations as Arteta is expected to get a new contract. And God, the Mikel Merino deal is just dragging. It's like trying to wind up a fish that's wanting to fight back. Real Sociedad is just taking forever. We've been trying to get the signing over the line for a little bit, and it's been taking forever. As for Chelsea, we got a little bit of drama we got to talk about. Chelsea are seeking an exit from Sterling, but the way they're doing it has some people saying is very, very, very disrespectful. And we need to speak about Raheem Sterling and the disrespect he's receiving from Chelsea Football Club. Plus, Man City could be getting Gundogan to return. Yes, Gundogan could be returning to Man City, and this could be a big fish joining back in the Premier League and causing Arsenal a little bit of a worry for our league title hopes. Plus, we got Mo Salah, Liverpool's very own, could be saying goodbye to Liverpool as reports are coming out that Mo Salah could be leaving. We got a lot to talk about, but before we go any further, please do hit that like button, guys. Please do hit that subscribe button. And if you're just joining us now, let us know where you're watching from. First, we got my boy, we got Ahmed in the building. The bridge is very own. Ahmed's in the house, Chelsea fan, as you guys already know. We got Musa in the house, and it's probably the first time he's hearing of Mo Salah's exit. As of right now, that's the title of the video, so you know we're gonna have to talk about it early. And we got Vader. Vader's gonna be setting up right now, and we're gonna add him in a second. But before we go into the Gundogan and everything else, guys, the transfer window is almost over. Liverpool haven't signed a single player. You gotta be slightly worried.
I am worried. I am worried for the season. I'm 100% worried because I think we need another defender. We need another midfielder, and that us without a 6 is gonna be pretty much like the first half against Ipswich. It's gonna be chaos ball. That's what we're gonna see every single week. Without a 6, without a consistent 6 anyway, it's gonna be chaos ball every game. So we need someone to come through. Just anyone. That's what I'm saying. Just like it can't be an Endo situation again, but it can't be an Endo situation. So we need someone at least half decent and of the right caliber, like a Zubimendi that we couldn't have signed. But now we need to get someone else. Just get someone. That's all it is.
I think before we get into the Mo Salah stuff, do you guys have to sell to buy at Liverpool? What's the issue? Because I think all of our clubs could pull off transfers, but Liverpool, you guys have struggled the most to pull off transfers this window.
They have the most money, Igal.
Yeah, we've always been this model. This model's always stayed the same from even when Michael Edwards is there, like before as well. So this model's always been like this, where we had to sell Fabio Carvalho and a Vandenberg, similar where we sold like a Gruitch or other kind of players that were there before. Just get someone. And even like who do we sell? Jordan Ibe, Solanke for good money, stuff like that. We used to sell those kind of players, and we used to get a player like Mohamed Salah and Mane for a similar price. So that's what we're probably gonna do.
You hear what Rafa Benitez said? Benitez said Liverpool can't compete with Arsenal and Man City financially.
Maybe Manchester City. I don't know about Arsenal too much, but Arsenal's not been selling as much. Now this season they've been selling Nketiah and the Smith Rowe, but before they wasn't selling much at all. They was just buying, and like it was different where we'd have to sell a certain player, and we had to let Amane go or let this kind of player go or Wijnaldum. Where we can't bring. We need to bring players of the same quality, or we're just gonna get worse. That's the whole point. If you don't,
you know what the issue is with Liverpool. Yeah, I'm just gonna. It feels like to me, bro, zero ambition, bro. You know what I mean? And these brothers, they're not really ambitious enough. They're not willing to even back the manager to get the guys that they need. It just feels like to me, bro. Do you know what this reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like the latter end of like our era under Abramovich, yeah, where it was almost at top 4 consistently. As long as they're getting top 4, the job's done in it. Really, they don't really want to add one or two more pieces, yeah, to get you to that next level, essentially, kind of challenge. At least for me personally, bro. That's what it's
But
kind
I
of
think
like.
I think it's based on the
well,
manager as well. Because look what the manager said recently. Slot said recently, if you don't sign players, then you don't. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've got worse as a team. That's what he says. That's what he said in a press conference. Like,
If you don't
and
sign
stuff
players,
like
you
that.
don't really improve.
You don't. He said you don't really get worse. He said you don't really improve. You don't. It doesn't mean that you can't improve. Like stuff
right.
like this. Like even with Klopp was just backing the owners a bit too much. Like it's just not. It's just like I hear what you mean, but he's even Slot's doing the same thing. I'm like, like put some pressure on them a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like because you clearly need players. He knows.
I think the Liverpool
players,
section is going to be really quick because are you interested in Rabiot? Rabiot is being linked to your club.
Come on, man. Listen,
they're never gonna pay this guy's
You
wages.
need
bro.
physicality in your midfield.
Listen,
Can we all agree? Liverpool needs some physicality. He brings that.
Mhm.
Listen, he played in the Euros, played in the World Cup. Deschamps loves him. I don't love him. That's the whole thing. Is me personally, it's a me thing. Like it's a quality thing as well. Like you can tell he's good at pressing the ball, but it's like it's the running aspect of that's not a slot midfielder. They can tell that's not.
How do you know what a slot midfielder is?
You just
Yeah,
know.
he's been here for 2 days. You're already saying
It must be watching the final types, innit? He's watching the final
I'm watching
tapes.
final stuff. I'm doing my research. I'm doing my research in other ways, and like I'm looking at players. He knows that straight off the bat. Like Endo's not me. He knew. Arne Slot came and said, "I don't want this guy." He saw 45 minutes of Endo and said, "I don't want this guy on my team." He saw. He knew enough. He knew enough. Like,
Do you think though? I'll ask you a question. Yeah, Musa, I'll ask you this question though. Do you not think that Rabiot could be at least a short-term stopgap? Maybe give him a good 2-3 year deal to at least do that 6 role. If you're not gonna get your own ideal 6.
See the difference is Michael Edwards in it would rather wait another 6 months or a year for his right man than get a stopgap. It's not like how we had last year where we got Endo in and just for like just to
Yo, I just seen something. I have
Michael
to show you
Edwards would
this.
rather wait.
Liverpool is linked to Ben Chilwell. What the hell?
This is desperation. This is desperation.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. Loving it. MashaAllah, what a good deal, man.
Listen, you think Sterling over Chilwell?
See, Liverpool Twitter is in the mud right now. Liverpool Twitter is in the mud right now.
Listen, let's negotiate.
We are in the
negotiate. I've got.
Okay, you guys talk. Would you take Sterling or Chilwell at Liverpool?
I wouldn't take either.
You know what, Sterling?
I think
Sterling
Chilwell
would be
is
clear.
terrible.
Sterling would be clear.
Beggars can't be choosers. That's why Liverpool Twitter is in the mud. That's why Liverpool Twitter is in the mud.
Sterling would be clear of Luis
That's
Diaz.
why
Sterling is clear of Luis Diaz, bro. At the very least, he'd be getting a much better winger than Luis Diaz. What do you think?
Me personally, listen, if Arsenal fans want him, because Arsenal fans have been talking about Sterling like,
no, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
Arsenal fans are Sterling. I'm happy with that. But
let's bring it back to Liverpool. Final one before we go to City. What's going on with how do you say his name? Mamardashvili. What do you think is gonna happen with
Listen, I think it's gonna happen. He's a great player. You've seen him at the Euros.
Replacement.
I don't know about if he's good on his feet. That's the only thing I'm worried about. If he's good,
he's not good with his feet.
That's what I'm worried about. But when he was the Georgian keeper at the Euros, incredible. I think he was one of the best keepers at the Euros for me. Like I'm just telling you now, like
team of the season
for me, he was incredible. So I'm saying with his hands, bro, one of the best keepers you can see. One of the best keepers you can see now. But I'm saying on his feet, on the ball, can he play like Alisson? Not really. I think Keller has better. Honestly, I think Keller is better on his feet. But I'm just saying.
You know what someone said to me? It feels like Liverpool preparing for the old
Bante. Everyone leaving.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they're preparing.
Yeah, I think it's prepared. I think it's prepared.
Yeah,
are they prepared?
If Alisson leaves.
Are they prepared for the big one though? Because today, did you guys see what came out? I think Vader is going to need to pay attention for this one when he gets a chance. Because you got Mohamed Salah set to leave Liverpool on a free transfer at the end of the season, reported by Ian Doyle.
And you know what?
That's the chief writer for Liverpool, Echo.
And I also want to add, I think it was reported that Van Dijk has not even received any contract offer yet. Apparently, that got reported like a week ago as well. So like, none of their main guys are getting given new contracts. They haven't brought in other guys. Yeah, to at
100%.
least help them out in for the transition, to at least bring in guys to hopefully be the new future stars for them either. So whoever next season is going to be very hectic if you're a Liverpool fan, because Trent
could leave too.
Oh, I forgot about Trent too.
Trent,
Your star boy could be leaving as well. That's like a spine. That's the whole spine. That's the whole spine, guys. Think about it. That's a striker, a midfielder.
Job now. That's Michael Edwards' job now. Are you going to sort out all these contracts? Are you going to sort out all these contracts?
Let's hear from Vader. Vader has had a lot of battles with Mo Salah. How do you feel about this, bro?
There's a lot of things happening with Liverpool that I think we're going to need multiple shows to actually break down, because a lot doesn't really look all that good over at Liverpool, and probably a lot hasn't been good over there for a while. Like, Klopp left for several reasons. One of them because he knows Liverpool, I can't do this. I can't keep, squeezing water out of stones. I can't keep making wine out of water. He's like, I'm done. I'm done. But what's funny is a lot of these Liverpool fans are acting up like Liverpool should be contesting for Prem season after season.
Exactly.
Come on now. You guys are acting like that's been the Liverpool brand. The Liverpool brand's never been, we compete for Prems. If it was, you would have had more than one in 30 years. Your thing's been in the mix. Your thing's been, we'll challenge for a little bit and we'll do our thing in Champions League. It's never been the Prem. So some of these outrages, some of these meltdowns, some of these cussing out players that don't come to their club, this has been Liverpool. If you've been a fan of the club for many, 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 many years, you're a fan of the club before they were winning Prems, and they weren't challenging for Prems. So this should all be calm settings. This Mo deciding to make his move, I think Mo did him a favor when he extended the contract. Well, it was a couple summers ago when Saudi were actually looking at him, right? And he delayed late on signing. And Mane was like, yo, y'all didn't make any type of contract conversation with me until you got Salah done. I'm out of here. Mane went and he saw the writing on the wall. He went out, he left. Salah is doing this a little late, in my opinion, because you know what? It has hit his legacy. Him remaining at Liverpool has hit the legacy, because he went from winning everything and being dominant to what? Now being another guy. He's another guy in the let's be real. He's another guy in the Prem right now. Last season, Solanke, Watkins, Erland made everybody forget that he was out for 2 months, but still got the golden boot.
Even Sono, doggy, because he scored like 19 goals.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? A lot of the guys are now scoring what he's scoring.
Salah back with a full season. I think you guys. I think the league doesn't know what. I think you guys don't know him.
No,
I think you guys don't know Salah.
No, let me finish. He's
back.
The guy I know Salah. You know what Salah's gonna be? You know what happens to players? And we saw this. When you start losing a step, when you're not that dog anymore, when you're not that killer, you start assisting more. You start being a little more creative.
Do you think Salah's not that dog anymore?
He's not that goal getter anymore.
He's basically saying he's going to be Mane at Bayern, bro. He's about to say he's going to be Mane at Bayern.
Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind?
Salah's going to get his
Salah Salah had a full preseason. It was rested. It was chilling. Came back. Now I scored in the first game of the season.
He always scores in the first game of the season. He always
but he thinks Salah's not going to carry on this throughout the whole season. Salah will I can guarantee you. Salah will get you goals this season. By the end of the season, we're going to be thinking, where's the contract? It's going to be like
what is Salah going to do for you to win? What is Salah going to do for you to win trophies? You better.
We've seen it last season. We won a trophy last season. We've seen it last season.
Oh my god.
We've had a trophy. So I'm saying this season I don't expect the trophy, but I think top four. He's gonna look for me. It's top four. It's on his first season. It's on his first season.
This is the problem.
I don't expect the world of him. I don't expect the world.
Guys,
I'm not
don't cut this. Don't cut this.
No, I gotta introduce somebody in a second. Go ahead. I was gonna say Staffy's in the building. Welcome back. to the channel staff. We hope you're doing well. I was on your channel yesterday, so lovely for you to come on and return the favor. I appreciate it, my brother.
If I knew Vader was here, I would have returned the favor, but it is what it is. You know,
I'm only going to stay here for another
if you
5
don't
minutes.
know what we're going to be talking about right now, one of your arch nemesis, one of the guys who has tormented your club over the last couple of years, SALAH, is destined to leave Liverpool on a free next summer.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Are you asking my opinion on the business, or you just telling me you guys?
No, I'm just letting you know what these guys are arguing about before you.
Hey, man.
So what's the argument, so I can chime in a little bit?
Vader.
He's saying Salah's gonna be washed up by the end of the season. That's what
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
He's
say
saying
this
he's gonna have the Mane 2023 at Bayern.
Who's
basically.
he?
This
Who's
is
saying that?
Vader. First name Vader.
Okay, that sounds like something Vader would say. But
this is what I'm saying. FSG, Liverpool. You have a brand to uphold. You sell to buy, right? What did you do with the Coutinho money? Huh? What'd you do with that?
We bought Alisson and Van Dijk.
Yeah, Salah's turn. It's Salah's turn. Get him out.
He's going on a free. He's not getting it. We're not getting any money for him.
So you're messing up. You've kept Salah too
exactly.
long.
That's the whole point. I think Salah is gonna stay. I think Salah's gonna stay. But I think.
Do you not think, bro? But do you not think? Let me make this argument.
Yeah, go on.
Like, obviously, it was 2 seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken, when Saudi came calling, right? And they were giving you 200 million for him at that time. Now, bro, he's probably gonna be able to get maybe half, unless it's going maybe, right? So realistically speaking, if I'm Liverpool, am I taking 100 M's to maybe get at least one more guy to replace his position?
Okay. Can I answer that question? Can I answer that question with another question? Vader, how much would you take for KDB right now?
How much would I take for KDB? Give me
from Saudi.
Give me 100.
So you'd let him go completely. So think about the quality of player that you're letting go, and the thing about the quality of player that
No.
Quality of player that you need to win the league again. You want to win the league again? Do you want to win the league again, or do you want to win?
This is where you're making a mistake. You can't compare City and Liverpool. You can't.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm comparing players. Like, think about the quality of players that I'm comparing players, because the quality of Salah and the quality of KDB, you're not gonna bring that back. You're not gonna bring that back with another player.
What? Can I reply to this one?
Look who you bring it back. Look, there's not many world-class players like Salah, like KDB, that's guaranteed goals and assists. So I'm telling you, like, how are you gonna get a player like KDB and from another team like I'm just trying to say to you, just thinking about any other team.
Can I reply to that video if you don't mind? Okay. First of all, I'm sorry, bro. What's your name again? Because I haven't streamed in a minute. What's your name?
Musa.
Big up Musa. So here's why this comparison is irrelevant, and I want to reply to this in two different answers, because technically it is two different questions. You first of all made a comparison between Salah and KDB. My issue with your argument is that I always say you cannot make comparisons like that or arguments like that in football, like it's in a vacuum. You have to consider everything that's going on in their clubs, their contracts, all that stuff. KDB, I don't know how long his contract is left on his contract with City, but is it 1 year, Vader?
Same as Salah.
They're both on 1 year. Okay, even better. So now we can make a direct comparison. Now both of them are running down the contract. Basically, it looks like both of them will leave for free next season. Because let's be honest, you don't usually leave your best players. I would believe that KDB is still City's best player and Salah is Liverpool's best player. You don't leave them on their last year of their contract without renewing it. Usually, you renew it at least at worst, 1.5 years, 2 years before it expires. So this kind of looks like to me that both of them are going to walk. Now, the difference is Vader actually has a successor for KDB in this team already who's waiting to be the king. He's the prince right now, but he's ready to be the king, which is Foden. Secondly, it is easier for City to replace KDB, not because he's not quality, but because of how good their team is versus Liverpool. City are not in a rebuild yet. They still have a lot of good under 25 players that's going to carry this next generation. Versus when you look at Liverpool, all their best players, bar Trent, are 30 and up or like 20. I don't know how old Alisson is, and he also has like 2 years left. It is more essential for Liverpool to capitalize and to cash in on Salah versus City to cash in on KDB. Because your transition is not as good as City's transition. Usually the transition is a lot smoother because they don't wait for all the chores to add up to do it in 1 day. You know that person that just waits for Sunday just to do all their chores?
Yeah.
I gotta clean, I gotta cook, I gotta go groceries, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. That's where Liverpool are at right now. So when Vader makes that comparison, it's because if you miss out, sorry, Ahmed mentioned the 200 million. When you kind of look at it, 2 years ago, you were going to get 200 million versus now, next year, he could walk for free, which, by the way, the only reason Salah is worth also more money than KDB is because Salah is Arab and going to Saudi Arabia would have meant a lot more for the marketing. So you're always going to get more money. He was overvalued. I don't think none of them right now, by the way, with their 1 year left, should be 100 mil because they're both kind of aging and they're picking up injuries. But the only reason Salah should cost more money is because of where he's going. Going to Saudi Arabia when the neighboring country is Egypt, and he's the figure for Arab athletes and just the Arab world in general, is always going to get you more money. When you sit there the next year and you look at it and you see Salah walking for free, and you're looking at your team and like, shit, I need to rebuild a lot in this team. I would have took that 200 million 2 summers ago, because with that 200 million, I could have signed a striker, I could have signed a winger, I could have signed a midfielder, whatever it is that you need. You're talking at least with 200 million, you're talking at least 4 players. Let's say you sign 4 players that are around 50 mil prospects, like a really Euro in defense.
You could have got 2 world-class players.
I think I don't think we'd be
at least Ahmed. The problem is world-class players or potential, because
they could have got Rodrigo. They can still
what the issue is?
Bro, even Nico Williams, they could have came in with Williams.
No, you know what, Staffy, you know I disagree. Staffy,
with what exactly?
I disagree.
I said a lot of things.
Us selling Salah. You know why I disagree with us in the time of us selling Salah was we still could have been in a position to.
But you didn't.
Klopp was competing. Klopp was competing with the squad last season, even though we were overachieving. Yes or no?
Ahmed, you gave us 400 million to win a Carabao Cup.
Yes or no? Were we not competing? Yes or no? Were we not competing? Were we not competing? I'm asking you a question.
Musa, you
Were we
didn't
not
win.
competing? Were we not competing?
But can we be
My
honest?
thing is, yes, we didn't win. Yes, we didn't win. I'm saying Klopp took a chance on us not selling Salah to compete to compete for a trophy, any trophy, or a freaking Premier League that we
No, Musa, you're being
now. I'm saying now. Look at us now. We are not. I don't think we're gonna sell Salah this season. This. I don't. Me personally, if he goes on a free, he goes on a free. But I think we'd be in a better position. We would be in a better position if he still stayed, because Salah's not looking like he's dropping off anytime soon.
What?
Because the guy is not looking like he's dropping off anytime soon.
Musa's being
I want to know.
I'm not being disingenuous.
Let me explain why.
Salah could get 15 goals this season.
Musa, let me explain why I'm saying to you.
Next topic in a bit.
Yeah, Musa, let me explain to you why. Yeah, because the reason why I'm saying starting being disingenuous because he said to me, Klopp kept Salah to win any trophy. We know he kept him to win the EPL title, bro. Let's be serious about that.
But we competed.
So like he didn't just keep him to stay for FA Cup and the energy drink.
No,
not even FA Cup, bro. Technically,
let's be real.
All they won last season was a League Cup. So if they go this season without winning trophies, this season
we want to. No, he didn't sign the contract last year. He didn't sign the contract last year. He didn't sign the contract last year.
Exactly.
Salah cares about two things. Salah cares about 2 things. He cares about legacy. He cares about legacy in the Premier League, and he cares about winning trophies. I agree with these 2 things. He wants to stay to solidify his legacy as well as win trophies.
His legacy.
I don't mind him wanting to stay.
He wants to get more goals. He wants to get more records. He wants to get more stats.
No.
Stop thinking about that. Wait, brother.
The player wants to stay because of that reason.
Think about the club, though. You need to think about what's good for your
The player
club,
wants to.
because next season, bro.
Klopp wanted Henderson to stay. Klopp gave Henderson a contract extension.
But that's why I said think about the club over the player. Bro, you know,
everyone's talking over each other.
Okay, let Ahmed speak. Yeah,
let Ahmed finish and then we continue.
This is Klopp's decision.
The point I've been trying to make.
Stop blaming Klopp. He's not here anymore.
I said it was Klopp's decision. Yes or no?
Oh my God.
Go on, you go.
The point I'm trying to make here is that listen, at the end of the day, you need to think for the club and not for who the player's legacy and the players, whatever nonsense it is. Yeah, the reality of the situation is, bro, you are in a position now where it's looking more than likely at least 3 out of 4. I'm gonna still give maybe a pass to the fact that maybe Trent decides, Liverpool, that's my home, you know what I mean? That sort of thing, yeah, hype, yeah, and he stays. You are about to lose a spine, my brother, yeah, for £0, yeah, and that for me, yeah, is actually irredeemable. It's irresponsible from a football club to do that, by the way. It's irresponsible.
It
Like,
is
the mystery is-
irresponsible. I agree.
Like you
It is
know,
irresponsible.
like the one thing I would say, like I'll use Chelsea as an example. When we knew that it was Drogba's time was up, or when we started to see that Lampard's time was up, the thing that we did at least here was we brought in Hazard, we brought in Oscar. Irregardless, we actually did the
Teach 'em.
transition correctly in the sense
Ahmed,
here
teach 'em,
to get.
teach 'em.
Yeah,
No,
so
and he
that's
left.
the point.
He
Guys,
left with the
guys.
Champions League, by the way. So the risk to reward actually ended up being worth it.
Yes.
Because if you remember, Drogba's last kick for Chelsea was that penalty scored against Bayern.
Yes.
You can never look at it and be like, "Oh, I wish I would have sold Drogba in the summer for money." No, because he got you something more.
What a happy ending.
He got your
What a
first
happy
ever
ending.
Champions League, and that's what I'm
Yes.
saying to Musa. You're
The
talking
job
about
wanna
all
come
this
back,
stuff
brother.
about
The job wanna come back, brother.
No, Musa's saying
When
he
I-
gave
The job
when I-
wanna come
when
back,
he came
brother.
back,
terrible.
and
Because
he
the
won
job
the
wanna
league.
come back. So
He
you
won
want,
the
so
league.
you
when he
want,
came back.
would you not want? I think, would you not want
It does
world class
not matter
strikers
when
in
he
your
came
team?
back
Would
later.
you not want
No
world
one
class
knew he
players
was
in your
gonna come
team?
back.
That's my question.
No, but I'm
saying,
confused.
But
do
he
you
was
not
a
want-
third.
Is he saying
I don't want to replace my world class striker with another world
eventually
class
you're gonna have to move on from
with
Gonzalo?
another with another not world class player? That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Eventually you're gonna have to move
keep
on
my
from
But
listen.
next
This
season,
guy is
that's your
this guy.
reality, Musa. Musa, that's
This
your
guy's
reality
still
next
bagging
season.
me 20 goals. This guy's still bagging me 20 goals. I'm saying, like,
Can I respond
if
to
you
this,
think
please?
about
Let
it,
him finish. I want to
if you
respond.
think about it, I'm saying this guy's still gonna be bagging 20 goals a season, guaranteed. So I'm saying if he does the same thing
There's
this
no
season,
seasons. There's
we're not
one
gonna have
season because he's
arguing.
leaving.
We're not gonna be arguing anything else. If he stays again, if he signs a new contract, he's
Okay,
still
can
gonna
I
be bagging
respond to you
more goals. So what's the problem
Can I
here?
respond to you? Because what you're doing
I'm
right now
saying-
actually harms your club more than you think. And I'll tell you why.
Exactly.
First of all, you're saying I don't want to replace. I can't. What you say? I don't want to replace him with another world class.
I would rather understudy. I would rather understudy.
you-
Get a
let
player,
me tell you this. There is
that could learn from him and be the right winger in another year or another.
So there's no one in the world right now,
That's what I'm trying to say
anyways,
to you.
that you can place Salah with. That's a like for like. Because there's no right winger out there in the world that could come
No,
in and
I'm saying
score
that's what
20
I'm
plus
saying. Listen
Hear
to
me
me.
out.
I'm
Hear me
saying
out. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. So hear me out. You can't even do that because there's no one out there that can do that. Okay, just like how when Gerrard left, who was the best player after that eventually became the best player in your team? Salah. That wasn't like for like. One hero left, one hero came in. Transitions don't mean that you replace the position like for like. Same thing happened for us when Ronaldo left. We didn't replace him with a winger that ended up being the best
I
player. That
agree.
we
It's
have.
not like for like.
Anyways, my point is, it is his last year. Anyways, everything that you're saying, I don't have an issue with. If you would have said, you know what, we're gonna keep him, but in the meantime, we're gonna work on renewing his contract, I would have understood it because he still could bag you 20 plus goals a season, which is very important for a team like yours. You are doing all this knowing that he's leaving for free. The ultimate reward from this, I'm sorry, you're not gonna win the league. You're not good enough to win the league. But the ultimate reward from this is that you ended up winning a Carabao Cup last season. And if you pick up an FA Cup or a Carabao this season, it's still not worth losing 200 mil. Your club should have been, listen, we are aware that we love Salah. He's a legend. He won us this, and that. He's a club legend. However, for the benefit of the club, we need to move on and we need to cash in. We're going to take this money and we're going to revamp it into the club. Or we're going to keep him, but we're going to renew his contract so he doesn't walk for free. You did neither.
I
And
understand
that's
that.
why
I
what you're
understand
saying does
I
not make
understand that.
sense.
I
It harms the
understand.
club.
I
You wanna know
understand that. But
something,
I said
guys?
things
I have
change
to
in the
1
season.
second, Musa. I have to introduce the guest, and we're gonna actually have to move on from this topic because Vader has to go in 15 minutes, and we need to talk about one of the main topics of the video. So big up. This conversation is over. Musa wants to keep Mo Salah. Everyone's trying to convince him for the betterment of the club is probably better they get some money from Saudi before he leaves on a free, and he just doesn't want to hear it. So
I
move on.
agree. See, that's what I'm
Next-
trying to keep him, bro. I'm trying to keep the guy, bro.
Let us know in the
Fair
comments,
enough.
honestly.
I'm trying to keep the guy.
And Man City fans wanted to keep Gundogan, but he ended up leaving to Barcelona. And now a
And
year
he came back.
later,
Like, what's this?
he's back.
Like, you see what I mean? Look at the irony. Look at that, bro. What's going on?
But
So
the thing
Gundogan-
with Gundogan is that he's gonna be here for
Gundogan-
another season or two.
They wanted to replace him, and then they
One
can't
second.
replace him. So they're going back.
Let me land, bro. Gundogan
Sorry,
is
sorry.
returning to Gundogan is returning back to Manchester City, and immediately people are saying that's it, league title done. It's Man City's now. It's over. They've just strengthened. Vader's gassed. He's happy. He's getting his boy back. The here you goes happen. He's left Barcelona on a free transfer, signing of the summer. Talk to me, Vader.
Man, I mean, Musa talked about the irony. The irony is we let a great player go. We let a great player go, and we are ready to progress without them. We weren't
Salah
holding
not
on
great.
for dear life, holding his
Salah not
ankles.
great.
Please don't leave us, right? But-
Salah's it's not a great player anymore. That's not what we're doing.
What's happening here is Ilkay thought the grass was greener somewhere else. Everybody keeps telling me the destination is La Liga. He went to Barcelona, legendary club. I'll take nothing away from them. But there's something to be said when you leave Manchester City and you realize I want to come back to Manchester City. Ilkay Gundogan, my captain, the man that was a part of, and it's only happened twice in the Prem, the man that was part of a trouble. Shout out to Staffy, he did it first. But this trouble, trophy-raising captain has decided to come back. And honestly, I see Jay, he joined the show. If you guys know, for the years that I've been doing some of my content, being a part of you guys on the panels, I move humble. I move, hey, I'm happy. I'm happy with what the club's doing. We'll see where the season goes. One game at a time. This getting across the line, it's a flex season. I'm flexing. The modesty's done. I'm telling you, Ilkay Gundogan, this captain coming back. Yes, I lost Julian Alvarez. Yes, I got a couple months without Oscar Bob. I don't care. Igal, it's mine. It's mine. Unless this transfer window has you go out and get a killer striker, I'm looking over my shoulder and I'm not seeing any competition. I'm seeing a five-peat because this is what this means with an Ilkay Gundogan. This is what it means when you bring mentality. Oh, everyone can have physicality. Everyone can go and get players. But I'm getting Ilkay on a free. Dig that. Ilkay Gundogan, treble winner on a free.
You're on mute, Ahmed.
You know what I've spent this season? You know what I spent in the
He did the
transfer
Rashford thing on him, you know. Guys, deep it. He did the Rashford thing on him. That's crazy, man.
Guess what I
shit,
spent?
Ahmed's got to head out. I forgot.
No worries.
It's all right. I've got 2-3 minutes, I think.
Yeah. I'm just saying
Rash
this.
Vader, is that what you said?
My
We'll talk about Sterling on Sunday. Don't worry.
My whole
that's
transfer,
fine.
my whole
No one cares
transfer
about Sterling,
has
bro.
been 30 million.
Don't worry, man. I'm happy. I won of Sterling, man. Alhamdulillah. I want this guy
Hey,
out
show
for
some
years.
respect to Sterling, man.
Mashallah,
Don't do
man.
that.
Just to
Listen,
let you know,
I had
just to
Hazard
let you
you
know,
respect.
No shame, bro. I had
just
Hazard
to
on
let you
my
know, Maresco's a little delusional. If
Bro,
he
Why? What did he do?
listen, he's got to back his act. I'm just saying right now, that brother's got to back his act, innit? You know what I mean? He's talking heavy. When you talk heavy, you got to walk heavy. Simple as that, man.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it back to Gundogan. Ahmed, thank you for joining us. Honestly, if you could give us one prediction, what's your prediction versus Wolves?
I think we're going to beat Wolves, unironically. I'm going a bit bold today. 3-1. We're going to beat Wolves, in my personal opinion.
That's a good
That's
prediction.
my prediction.
Crazy. All right, man. You have a good one.
You too, bro. Take care.
No worries. Big up. Let's go. Vader, continue. What are you saying about Gundogan? So the question was: is Gundogan going to be the player who bridges the gap and makes Man City favorites again? And you're saying, yeah, it's done. You've already won it.
Oh well, I got to play the season out. But when we look at the
No, don't do that. Staffy, Musa, did you not hear what he said when he was speaking 2 seconds ago?
Vader, no chess.
Let me do my egal. Let me do my egal. In this moment in time, I'm winning the league. But anything can happen with regards to injuries. All right, I was only 2 points better than you when I had injuries to Erling Haaland and KDB. So relax before everybody wants to clip me up. Healthy, I'm winning this. No question. No question. Ilkay Gundogan is that guy.
Like Vader, you don't need to tell us if healthy. We know obviously if healthy. Like I'm not gonna sit there and then if Haaland gets a season-ending injury, am I gonna hold you to the same standard? Right. I'm not gonna be like, no, Vader, it's not my fault. You're just gonna, of course, I know the circumstances change. You know,
fair.
But
you could say I'm feeling like
is back.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Staffy did a couple seasons ago when CR7 came back to United. You know what? Everybody was amped up and gassed.
Stop, bro. I was deluded. At that time.
I'm like, yo,
Staffy, did you think you were gonna win the league because of Ronaldo?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I was hyped, but I don't think I was that hyped. Thankfully, I wasn't on YouTube because I was saying a lot of crazy shit.
I'm sure you were.
I just added him to fantasy right away, captain right away. I'm like, bro, hat trick today. That's it. You know, to be fair, he did score a brace on his debut, so on his return,
and he did score a hat trick versus Tottenham. But let's go back to Gundogan. I don't think Gundogan is going to be this scary signing that everyone's making it seem. Gundogan is definitely an improvement to Nunes and Kovacic. So from that aspect, you've improved. Would you consider him also a Rodri backup? He would be he's a good Rodri backup. So you finally got a backup for Rodri. You won't lose games now that Rodri's out.
The Swiss Army knife, Igal. You know Swiss Army knife when you got
he can go in anywhere.
He's got all the tools.
Gundogan was only gone for a year, right? Only for 1 year. Only a year.
And
this guy's just back. He came for Spain for holiday. He went back and he said, "Yeah, let's play C again." That's what he said.
It just shows you how dusty Barcelona are, by the way.
Barca is finished.
Yeah, Barcelona is finished.
I can't believe it.
Bro, don't
He
do
just
that. Manchester
And the
City's a
reason
destination, guys.
why he left Barcelona is monetary, but it's also because
Yeah.
he spoke the truth. They didn't like him coming out in interviews questioning the club.
Yeah,
crazy, man. It's crazy.
they want him out. I mean, they didn't
want yes
recognize
men.
there's a certain standard. There's a certain standard that he grew accustomed to over at Manchester City. He knows what winning is inside the clubhouse and outside, and he's like, this ain't happening. Ilkay coming back solves a lot of problems. I lost Julian Alvarez, versatile player. I lost Oscar Bob, versatile player. I lost Calvin Phillips, who was supposed to be my backup to Rodri, and you guys know how important Rodri is. I needed that backup because whether it was due to
didn't lose
injury,
Calvin Phillips. Though. Come on, he never played.
we did lose him. Actually, we did lose him. Relax, Daffy. Don't be emotional. I lost Calvin Phillips.
Slip. Lost Calvin Phillips is crazy. The guy was never playing his life.
Bro, where is he right now? He's in Ipswich. Come on,
He's in Ipswich.
He's
he's
Ipswich
at
quality now.
I lost him as a player. Can we all agree on that?
Vader,
Right?
he played
Get out
like
of your emotions.
a whole
Get out of
5
your
minutes
feelings.
last season.
Get out of your feelings. All right.
Yeah, you lost the bench warmer. He was handing KDB the water bottle every time he came from instructions. Stuff like that. Yeah, that he lost, bro. That's about it. He lost on the pitch.
He lost the hype man.
He wasn't a hype man, but I lost Calvin Phillips. I'm talking about 3 players that have gone.
What's the name? Remember that guy on the Nets?
Is he really saying he lost Calvin Phillips? Like, are you doing this?
What was his name? Griggs.
Did you not talk about losing ESR?
Remember that guy on the Nets? What was his name? Theo something. Fuck, I forgot his name. The guy that used to dance on the Nets' bench.
No one knows and no one cares.
The guy with the triple barrel name.
I don't remember, bro. But he used to dance on the Nets' bench.
This is my hype time with Ilkay Gundogan.
I need to remember his name, bro. So that's basically him. He ended up going to the Knicks. I need to figure out his name. That's basically Calvin Phillips, bro. He's just there for the bench for vibes, to just make jokes, dance around. That's about it, bro.
Yeah, the Nets.
I'm gonna look up his name now.
The Nets dancing celebration back in the day, that was crazy. You had a bunch of them dancing, the whole crew. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. But Calvin Phillips does matter, and he's left my club. Ilkay will be a backup to Rodri.
Man said this is Calvin Phillips. Wallahi, that's hilarious. He said this is Calvin Phillips the whole season.
It's the one. He's the one on the right, Igal.
Yeah,
the one on the right.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, not campaign, Jacob. Bro, I can't remember his name, bro. If Grace was here, you'd know because he played for the Knicks.
No, it's not campaign. Bro, the guy plays in the Philippines now. He's scoring
it's
like
Theo something, bro. I know his name was Theo.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about that. I think.
Yeah, you're gonna hate on
the other potential signing that they're speaking about is also very dangerous. Kagawa.
Theo Pinson. Now I remembered his fucking name. Theo Pinson.
What's his name?
That was his name.
The Kagawa guy.
Kyogo, I think.
The guy from Celtic.
Yeah.
If you sign him on top of getting Gündogan, that is 2 signings that brings you back into the fold. Now you have a Alvarez replacement. You got somebody who can cover for Oscar Bob's injury. Plus you have Gündogan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Kyogo. Oh, this guy's good. I like this guy.
He's quality. He's good.
Man City are not playing around, bro.
And I think he'll know his role. Shout out to The Rock. He'll know his role because there's no one.
Shut his mouth.
There's no one that's going to take Erling Haaland's spot. But he knows that he's going to be there. He needs to be ready. Any type of subs, any type of call to action, he'll be there. But he's obviously not going to be a starter with Erling Haaland. I'm ready, Igal. Ilkay Gundogan coming back. We got Savinho, 30 mil, I think was that. To date right now, what I've spent, 30 mil on Savinho and Gundogan. Gundogan was a free. If we go out and get this attacking player, and I don't know why Arsenal aren't getting an attacking player right now, but if we go and get this attacking player, I'm confident.
The window is not over.
It's not.
It's just like it's a small window for City. Like I'm like, look at the players they signed. Just like it's just Savinho for not a lot of money, and then they got Gündogan, like who's
on a free
elite player on a free. And then you like think about elite players out there. There's not many. And
so
then
you're
just grab
basically
it on
saying
a free.
Gündogan coming back, City's title and it's over.
I think it's City's title to lose. It's City's.
Yeah, we do renos. We do
to
small renovations, right? We update the bathroom, maybe the kitchen. We don't do tear downs. We don't do things large scale. So the fact that we bring in a few players each transfer window, keep it pushing. I'm feeling good. Igal, we got to see what you guys do because again,
I have a suggestion for you, Vader.
Bro,
Yeah.
you're
Actually, I have
saying
a
that,
question for you
but
rather
I'll
than
show
a
you
suggestion.
something that we're going to talk about next. Arsenal pursuing Osimhen.
Woo! That is a
What's the
crazy
problem?
signing. That would be the one. That would be the one that would bring them back. That's
What
serious.
source is this? Is this
It's
Chiquita
Italian
Banana?
sources. But first, let's get
Is it
Gundogan out of the way.
Italian sources?
That's a
Let's
good
get
source.
Man's
Gundogan out of the
grasping
way.
at
Then we'll
straws.
talk about thing afterwards.
Grasping.
What do you want to get out of the way with the Gundogan signing?
Oh, I want
Isn't
to
it
ask
good?
you something, Vader. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm seeing everyone celebrating Gundogan. I'm seeing
Yeah.
everyone happy. I hear it. Gundogan, your captain is back. The treble-winning captain.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably going to be remembered
Reflection.
more than Company, even though Company was a longer captain. But he won you the treble. You always remember, if you keep a poster in your house with all 3 trophies, it's going to show Gundogan on it. He'll always be remembered.
And the
But
comeback
here's the
versus
thing, bro.
Aston Villa to nip Liverpool a couple seasons ago as well.
Sure thing. But here's the thing, Vader. City never look like they don't have a plan, okay? They always plan ahead. City plan ahead before the storm. There's going to be a storm next weekend. It's okay. I'm going to Walmart today. I'm getting extra water. I'm getting extra food. I'll be good for the weekend so I don't have to leave. City, for once, to me, looked like they were not prepared. And I'll tell you why. City never signed a player that was once at their club and leave. You've had players in a better stage in their career than Gundogan, because Gundogan, let's be honest, he's now on his older side of his career, so he's closer to retiring than what he already played. He's been in the game for a while, and you've never looked like you missed anyone. You've always replaced well. I'm looking at this one, and I'm like, does this show a lack of preparation from City? How are City signing Gundogan instead of having the next Gundogan ready? Why are City going back instead of going forward? Now, don't get me wrong. Gundogan for 1 year in isolation is good. It's good for anyone. Anyone added Gundogan for 1 year is very good, because I think they only give him 1 year.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a lack of preparation from City. City would always have someone's replacement 2 years in before they leave. We've seen that with Foden, with Silva. We've seen that with so many multiple positions. This is the first time where I'm looking at it. I'm like, why are City going back to something they already had instead of being prepared for what the future is? Because you guys never do that. And that shows me 2 things. As I said, the lack of preparation, and maybe, just maybe, this shows me a sign that Pep is just doing this for the short term because he's gone. He's probably thinking, it's my last year anyways. Would I rather have Gundogan for one last year, or would I rather recruit for the future when I won't be here?
It does make sense.
Take Gundogan for
No,
1 year.
let me
make sense because he only got a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
Let me respond, because
That's what I'm saying. I'm suggesting something.
Yeah. No, it's a great suggestion. It's a interesting way to look at it. City do plan. They plan for the future constantly. There's always seeds being planted in the soil that may not break through the surface until maybe a season later. So, unfortunately, we had an Oscar Bob go down. Staffy, when you're talking about, did City not prepare? Were they not ready to go into the season? Sorry, I hit my phone. Yes, we were ready to go into the season, but an injury to Oscar Bob kind of derailed things a little bit. We got Kovacic and we got Nunes last season, which were to help us with the exit of an Ilkay Gundogan. So when we have those 2 players and we bring in an Ilkay, I mean, I think that's plus. When we also look at long-term planning, Julian Alvarez, I'm gonna agree with you. That was not planned for. But what we don't do, Staffy, and you know this, even though you clown me in the GC, we don't hold player hostages. When a player says, "I'm ready, I'm looking elsewhere, I'm looking to go somewhere,"
I know, but that has nothing to do with Gundogan.
But I'll just make out the point. When a player has expressed that, they're let go. Julian Alvarez exiting was a quote-unquote storm that was unexpected for. But were we prepared to continue to go out and win these trophies without Ilkay? 100%. But what I want to point out is, with him coming to the club, I think the pursuit for many trophies is there. The pursuit for many trophies is there. And I think we're well prepared. We're well prepared, even when Igal put on screen that we're looking at the Celtic player. You know what I mean? I think
you're prepared for the season by signing Gundogan. I was just referring to long term. That's all I meant. Because Gundogan won 1 year. Factually, it is a 1 year contract anyway, so it factually is a short term thing.
Yeah.
And the only reason I just suggested the long term thing is that when he leaves again,
we're spending big next season.
Who's the next man up?
Staffy, next
who's
season,
the
we're
Foden
spending
to
like
Thiago
United.
to David Silva? is what I'm checking about. What I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want to
Next season
But
is
next year,
a
everyone's
Manchester
spending
United
big.
spending
there's no
season
chance.
for
There's no
Manchester
chance.
City.
I want to hear the sound of my own voice for a second. Evening, gentlemen.
Get up. What up?
Hello,
So,
Jay.
Jay,
how
are
we doing?
you shirtless in a jacket right now?
Right,
Are you shirtless
in
or
a
in a
jacket? He's shirtless in a jacket.
He's probably wearing a tank top now.
I am wearing a vest.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to intimidate none of the. You know, I was holding it down for the.
Jay's trying to get the lady viewers up. I hear it.
What can I say? Listen, I hear what Staffy's saying, but here's the alternate view. Because as he was saying it, I thought, you know what, he's got a point. And then just at the end, I was like, no, it actually makes perfect sense. Because when you factor in Alvarez was leaving, yeah, then Bob got injured, right? They might have run it as was, yeah, with just how it is. Because you've also got to factor in KDB is probably going to leave next summer, yeah, and Wirtz will be on the market next year. Musiala will be on the market next year potentially if he doesn't sign a new contract. The options for them to long-term replace players is there. Now, they can look at the market and say, Eze's there. Do we want him? Nah. They had the option before the clause expired. They chose not to take it. So they've looked at him and they said, nah, not for us. Yeah. Gundogan is an opportunity. I wouldn't even view it from the point, because if anything, McAtee is the one who's going to be impacted the most, because the minutes that he was probably going to get this season potentially, they've gone now. They're gone. Yeah. So he might even go out on loan, yeah, before the end of this now, because the number of minutes Gundogan should command a player of his ilk and stuff. And the thing is that you don't turn down opportunities of a player who knows Pep's system, who it was a difficult decision for him to leave, who was captain, who literally is held in the highest regard. They have an opportunity to bring him back. To me, it's an opportunity, and they've taken the opportunity because fate has presented it to them, plus the Bob injury. Yeah? Had Bob not got injured and Gundogan comes, they've got a different question. Because essentially, with Bob getting injured, the logic to me is Foden may play wide more than he might have played had he not got injured.
Yeah.
Thus, there's a position centrally that's opened up. And for you to have the opportunity to slot Gundogan into that position with minimal friction or resistance, no brainer. So to me, it's a market opportunity, and it's just a perfect storm for City. And it's like when Fabregas came back up for Arsenal
to Chelsea.
Do you know what I mean? And he went Chelsea because Wenger said he didn't want him. Yeah, like imagine just before that, like Ramsey had a serious injury, yeah, or Ramsey was out for like 2-3 months.
Fair point.
Do you think Wenger would have taken Fabregas then? He might.
Yeah,
that's a £40 million transfer. This was free.
No, but Wenger.
But you're not wrong, Jay.
Wenger had this thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying your point isn't wrong. I'm looking at it saying I think it's an opportunity, and the
opportunity is 100% there to be taken. I agree.
Let's look at it from another perspective.
I don't think it's planned, but I think they grabbed it.
Let's look at it from another perspective. From an Arsenal perspective, I was looking at City's whole transfer window, saying they're benefiting us. Players leaving, players not signing, players getting injured, unfortunately for them. All these things are making our title challenge potentially easier. The biggest thing that they've done to push their chance of getting a 5-peat is this Gundogan deal. This Gundogan deal, I know Savio's good, no debate, but Savio is not a move that everyone's looking at saying, oh my God, wow. Right now, this Gundogan deal is the one that is like the wow moment of the transfer window.
But to argue you, Igal, even before the Gundogan move, I'm not going to lie, I still had City winning this. It's a simple fact that I don't think none of you guys have, from your ingoings and outgoings, none of you guys significantly changed. Calafiore, I didn't look at Calafiore, I'm like, wow. Now Liverpool, now Arsenal are going to win the
Merino?
I disagree with Stafford, by the way.
No, but Marino's still not in. So
it hasn't happened yet. You go.
No, but the reason why I'm linking it is because the next topic we're going to talk about is Arsenal.
It didn't happen. I'm talking about what I saw, not what I'm going to see. What I
Yeah.
saw.
Bro, you got Staffy. He's not their player, and there's no high level credible links from anyone. So forget.
Can we just look at the links, though?
If anything, Igal, yeah, you're hoping that Forest don't move on Jimenez, yeah, because then you're left with Nketiah with minimal suitors, yeah, going into the final
week as well.
Nah, Nketiah is gonna get sold, bro. Nketiah's already cleared out his. Nketiah's already cleared out his locker, the Emirates Stadium box, everything.
Where are you going? Where's he going?
He's going to Forest.
Well, Forest are out here bidding on Jimenez.
Forest agreed personal terms with the player. Arsenal
Yeah.
are confident that Forest and Arsenal are going to agree.
The thing is like Forest.
Wait, who are they signing? Sorry,
It's some player called Jimenez. No, I'm saying no.
Feyenoord. Jimenez. That's who Forest are bidding for.
Santiago.
Oh wait, okay. I thought you were talking about an Arsenal.
No.
So what I'm saying here is, Igal, is that they're looking at this, rightly so, saying, "Yo, if Arsenal will not come down on transfer fee and they want 35 million, let's see who we can get for 35
Bro, we're only 25 million off.
Let's check what 35 million actually gets us in this market. Like, you see Marseille, they're like, nah. We can get something else for this money. Like, if we're gonna spend 35, we're not spending 35 million. Do you know what I mean? So you're holding out. So he's on 120 a week. Yeah, for him to go Forest, a team with Gibbs White, yeah, Hudson-Odoi, Alanga, Awonyi, they will have to make Nketiah their highest paid player. The Neo, like all of these players, who are good players, a number of them,
and he's no longer wearing the Arsenal number 14.
Arsenal's third choice striker will be their number one paid player. So
he's not better than Morgan Gibbs White. I'm sorry. That's
of course not. But he's right now he's on 100 a week at Arsenal.
For where he's coming from, technically he probably played in the best club, besides Zelenga, because Zelenga played for United. But if you want to look at it that way, he's not. Listen, by no means is
guys. We want, even people in the comment section are mentioning, we want an attacker. We were willing to spend money on Sesko. We're still willing to spend money on a player. We just currently are trying to get.
Do you really want an attacker guy? Because we're getting late in the window now, and look at it. Yeah, you've got a team now, and it's like the report Ornstein put out a week or so ago was you need to sell Nketiah to seal Merino. Yeah, that's what he said. Okay, so now you're saying you've got room to buy another striker. Ornstein said you need to get rid of Nketiah to free up the Merino thing. And as what's played out since then, you have not signed Merino, and Nketiah hasn't left. Now, that might be incorrect, but on the flip side, there's nothing that's happened since then, that indicates that report is wrong. So I'm looking at, you've got two good nines. Yeah, you got Havertz and Jesus. You got two good nines. What good nine is coming to Arsenal knowing you've got two good nines? What logical person is saying, I'm coming to Arsenal, and they've got two nines on over 200 grand a week? Two of them, and you're saying as a number 9, you're going to come to this club? Impossible.
One second. I'm not necessarily saying we're only signing a 9. We could sign a winger. We could sign a winger, but at this moment in time, we would also need to see Reece Nelson and Eddie potentially leave. But do you guys want to know what the link is, though? Just to show you guys what the link is, because you probably are like, why are we talking about Osimhen? The reason why people are talking about Osimhen today is because this news company over in Italy.
Bro, what is this, bro? What sort of report is this? Do we have no quality control?
No, that looks more AI than Vader, bro. Come on.
Bro, Corriere dello Sport, bro. Come on,
they're
man.
a legit company.
If Spurs signed every player that Corriere dello Sport linked us to, we would have a squad like Chelsea. Come on.
I hear that. I personally don't think we're going to get Osimhen, but we are linked to Osimhen. And they're saying,
I'm saying what you've got to understand here about Saka now, in my opinion, is having had Kane for a long time, it was difficult to buy a player who knew he was going to be second choice.
Yes. I got that problem right now, Jay.
Yeah. And Saka is so clear on right wing, Like, I'm not saying that you can't get players. I'm saying Mbeumo, I think he'd go. But if you're Mbeumo and you get the option of Newcastle or Arsenal, I think he'd give serious consideration to going to Newcastle and being a starter over going to Arsenal and being a backup / rotation piece.
Yeah.
1 second. Don't you think Victor Osimhen or Gyökeres would back themselves to take the starting spot away from Kai Havertz and push Kai Havertz and Jesus?
Isn't Havertz in excellent form in 2024?
He is.
Yeah, and don't you have a striker in Jesus where Arteta was waxing lyrical about how he looks? He looks amazing. I ain't seen him like this before. He looks refreshed. Yada yada yada. Yeah, he was saying those things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So those two things have happened. So I think we can all contend. I think an Osimhen or a Gyökeres does not really make sense. Really.
Let me just shout out Dan Potts with the raid. Big up to Dan Potts. Shout out to everyone over there coming from the 12th Man podcast. Really do appreciate it. Do me a favor, guys. Right now, I don't know how many likes we have, but it's not enough. I can tell already. I'm just looking at it right now. 66. We got 232 of you guys. Please do hit that like button. It is absolutely free. Please do hit that like button. And we're kind of just talking about Arsenal's transfer window and Man City's transfer window. And I kind of feel like the Gundogan signing has really made it now that Arsenal have to do a little bit more. And if we don't do a little bit more, everyone's going to be looking at us saying we didn't do enough this window to bridge the gap. And
I don't think there's anything you can do at this point to be as good as what they did. You
think so?
You can only actually, let me take that back. You can't outdo them at this point. I don't think.
You think the Gundogan signing is unbeatable?
Because okay, so it's like you can only, the way I'm looking at it now, if they would have just stayed with Savio signing, didn't back the team with anyone else, and then you would have gotten like a Merino and an attacker, I'd be like, all right, this might make me rethink everything. Because 2 points only, yeah, I can kind of see them. I always used to say these two players, if they leave City, I'll consider them losing the league. And it was Bernardo Silva and Gundogan. When Gundogan left last summer, I said, you know what? There might be slight hope for someone else to win it now. And it came down to 2 points. So I was somewhat right. Now Gundogan is back. And I'm like, fuck, I thought I got rid of him. I was waiting for Bernardo now to leave. So I'm like, finally someone else can win the league. But they're like, nah, let's bring Gundogan back. I don't see, with the quality that Gundogan brings back for this one season, that you can do anything to match it. Merino won't match it. And even signing an attacker, you're not signing Osimhen, so I'm assuming another. I don't think there's anything.
Don't listen to Staffy.
Vader, do not gaslight this guy to make him believe that there's a. I'm telling him the truth, bro.
Let me know in the chat. Do you guys think Arsenal can still win the league, even though they've gotten good?
Let me. Of course you can.
I think it changes. I think it changes. It changes a lot. It changes a lot. Your chances were better before Gundogan, 100%. It changed. This Gundogan signing changes literally a lot. Like it could have been like it stretches from like 2 points to like 5 points. I think like this could be a bit more. This could be. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Vader, don't do that. Every year when you have someone injured in the midfield, especially KDB, Gundogan comes in for like 3 months. He steps in and you guys absolutely walk the league. Last year, the same thing happened. There was no Gundogan. KDB did get injured and he still won the fucking league, bro.
Yeah, I know.
At this point, I'm just accepting that no one is going to win the league until Pep leaves.
No,
and if Pep winning this year means he'll leave, just take the 5 Pete, bro.
No, I hear it. But the whole defeatist attitude, Igal, I know you don't have it. We understand it from United fans and others being like, it's Pep's until he's out of here. But what I'm noticing and what I noticed last season was the 2 point difference. I noticed the 2 point difference was huge. And on top of that, which non-Arsenal fans don't recognize, Timber, who was a key signing to you guys last season, was injured and wasn't available. He's now added into that mix in terms of what Arteta wants to do defensively. And we know that he'll make it almost impossible for teams to score against you.
They were the best defense in the league anyways, Vader.
No, I know, but the thing is, they've got Timber back, and they've got the versatility, again, because Timber can play left or right, depending on injuries falling off. And then Zinchenko, who they keep saying is a liability, but hey, he was good at the time. but they're saying he's a liability, and then they strengthen as well. So defensively,
I swear they had like
And they
18
gave
clean
Tomiyasu.
sheets
All
last
right,
season.
guys, let me put
contract.
another spanner in the works. We spoke about Mikel Merino. We spoke about Osimhen, Arteta, and Pep. You got Pep potentially could be staying, could be leaving. You don't know. But Arsenal right now could be giving Arteta a 4 to 5 year contract where he's going to be the second highest paid manager in the league.
holy crap!
That happens, bro.
That's gonna happen.
I'm not
Crap.
saying much, but you know what's gonna
Igal, yes, you want to retain a manager that you see has tremendous potential, but you want to reward a manager with accomplishments. For him to be the second,
I
best paid manager
bro.
without the hardware is crazy to me. And if he signs this before the season's over, it's a madness. You know what you're rewarding? You're rewarding vibes. You're rewarding vibes if you give him this type of deal before the hardware comes in. This is crazy to me. And I'll say this: the pressure is going to be on if he signs his contract. The pressure is going to be on him if he signs his contract because he can't finish behind any other manager than Pep.
This is what
He
they're saying.
wins it.
Due
doesn't surprise me,
to
man.
a strong relationship between Arteta, Edu, and the Kroenkes, formal negotiations aren't deemed to be necessary for the Spaniard for a new contract. Arteta's new deal will make him one of the highest paid managers in the Premier League, and Arsenal's manager's job is far from finished yet. And there was never any doubt that Arteta would get an extension. It is expected to be announced very soon.
Wow.
You know what they're doing? You know when Pep leaves, they're doing this when Pep leaves, pretty much. They're doing this so when Pep leaves, they can collect their titles, and then they'll just be chilling after that. That's why if they know, bro. I think they know what they're doing. I think that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me.
Protect the asset. Arteta at this moment in
It's
time.
for later. It's not for this season. It's not for this season. This season they might not win it, but I'm saying when Pep leaves next season or the season after. I think it's for that.
I want to know what Staffy thinks, because Staffy's a guy who's very much like wanted Ten Hag out. So from your perspective, looking at this from a rival's perspective, do you view it as like a bad move?
I think this would be his third extension already. He's already been extended twice. He got extended the year you finished fifth, and I swear you guys extended him last year.
No. Maybe after the
third. He's been there for 5 years. I think.
During the first run when they were going to finish second.
What happened was they changed his role from coach to
CJ,
manager.
You remember he got one of them when he was competing for the league.
Well, since they finished second, I'm sure they extended his
one of the years that they either last year or the year before.
They extended him once and they changed his role from coach to manager.
Yeah, but I feel
like extended him and then gave him a new contract. Same idea. You get what I'm trying to say.
Crazy.
This would be a third time they're negotiating / extending his contract. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's not a good look. Because at the end of the day, listen, anyone who would like to pretend that Arteta had no progress at his time with Arsenal would be disingenuous. Yes, he didn't deliver enough silverware outside an FA Cup with Unai's team. However, bro, it's time to pay up, bro. Like as a manager, at the end of the day, you still gotta earn these extensions and the high pay. I said the same thing about Bruno. I was like, why are we giving Bruno an extension when he hasn't really helped contribute in anything major? And FA Cups and League Cups don't cut it. So for a manager to do all this and still not win anything,
I think they just need to win something. Honestly, they haven't won anything since the FA Cup how many years ago? Like,
one second. The argument is that the club are fully behind Mikel Arteta. We just came off a season where we had the most wins in a Premier League season. We had the most points in a long time. I think the most points in club history, actually. We also had the most clean sheets, I think, in the club's history. Everything statistically we're up there. All we're missing
but there's no trophy to show, Igal. That's what you gotta get rewarded for.
I know, but all the signs are showing that we're heading in the right direction. Sacking the manager, not giving the manager the contract right now is not backing him, not giving him the trust.
I disagree, bro. No. I disagree.
Your vibes.
Not yet.
No, I disagree. Igal, they are giving him so much of what he wants. They're trusting him to build this club.
They're giving him all the money.
So much. For you to say not backing him is insane, bro.
Yeah,
at this point,
so much.
They're backing him better than
guys, let's be fair.
But not giving him a contract.
Let's be fair, right? So on the one hand, the point about him not winning makes sense. But on the flip side, there is a cross section between potential and accomplishment. Yeah. And if I'm the board, you've seen a manager who's finished second twice. I think it was like 86 points, 89 points, or something like that. Yeah. Now he's done that back-to-back years. Yeah. You've seen this guy in the trenches. Yeah. He's helped bring the team up. Yeah. You backed this guy when he was down and out. Yeah. This guy kind of owes you, and vice versa. You guys are in deep on this. Yeah. So to me, whilst everything's good and everything's going well, you also have to look at the risk profile of needing to replace him, and somebody else looking at this squad that's been built. How many of these players would work for somebody else? How much would it cost to overhaul it? You can basically say, okay, if you bring another manager in, it would actually cost the club £500 million. Yeah, plus. Yeah, because of changes to the squad.
But you don't need to overhaul this team, Jay.
No, but what I'm saying, we don't know how another manager would use this same squad. Yeah, so it's like we don't know. Like, you can have Andrew comes to Tottenham and says Højbjerg's not good enough for what I'm trying to do. But 9 out of 10 managers who would come Tottenham would be able to use Højbjerg effectively. Yeah, it's just this manager.
But that's not the best example. And I'll tell you why. This Arsenal team, I think we can all agree there's high quality players in this Arsenal team.
Yeah,
they're
but
all at a very good age. Yeah. So I would say that most jobs, if any of our clubs right now, bar maybe City, if you replace your manager and you say which club would be the easiest for you to take over the jobs in terms of the quality that you have, I think most managers would pick Arsenal because they're gonna look at what they have. They're gonna be like, I have Odegaard, I have Saliba, I have Rice, I have Gabriel, I have Raya, I have a decent squad. I'll take this one.
It's a good point.
I think a lot of people would
take down to Arteta as well. Like, as in, like, a number of these players, the quality of them, like nature versus nurture. Do you know what I mean? Would these players have got to this point of ability regardless of Arteta, or has Arteta got his fingerprints?
Arteta has a big part to play with.
Depends on which way you lean.
I think there is a lot of emotional connection to Arteta, but also at this moment in time, if you're in the clubhouse, you probably believe that everything is headed in the right direction. You probably seriously believe that the team is going to win with this manager. If you were in the house and you had somebody who's that motivating and that persuasive and that able to get his message across, you best believe you're going to believe in that person.
Yeah, I didn't say get rid of him, by the way. This is me saying, does he deserve an extension now or no? I don't even know how long this contract is.
His deal, bro.
Does he have? That's what I was asking. Does he have?
Yeah,
is this his last season? Are you sure about that? Because
after this season,
we would have heard about it again.
Someone said in the comments. Someone said in the comments that he has 1 year left. He has 1 year left.
Need to give him a new deal.
Yeah, I mean,
so this is his last year, or next season is his last year.
I'm not exactly sure if it's next season but all I know is he has 1 year remaining. And if we were to not give him a new deal, what's to say he's like, yo, I only have 1 year left. I might as well just leave and jump ship to City.
Yeah, but the thing is, Gal, as well, what if Arteta doesn't win this season?
If he doesn't win, it depends how.
But the thing is,
his contract expires next summer.
You'll already have extended him.
But bro, if that's perfect. If we extend him,
this is where we hit, I think, on the nub of Staffy's point here, really. If you extend him and you don't win, you are committed to another 4 years.
If we extend him,
the point would be that you would be, as next season goes on, six years without a trophy if he doesn't win this season. Do you see what I mean? So it is a big deal that guy would have an extension of 3 years as well. And being a Spurs fan and having Poch, when you go through a period of time and you don't win, whenever anything goes a little bit wrong, that's when you don't have that thing to lean back on. Then Arsenal fans aren't going to say 5-6 years ago you won us an FA Cup. They're going to be like, we need somebody different. We need a new voice. We need someone.
I think the only way he's getting sacked is if there's a catastrophic fall off.
But that's the worst thing.
If he jumped ship to City, that would be the funniest thing of all time. I'm sorry, that would be absolutely hilarious. That would be crazy. That would be that.
Because
Think
imagine
about
all
it.
the
Think about
Arteta,
it.
the
Think
Arteta
about it.
stands after all
All
these years of
exactly.
backing.
Think about all the process hives, all these guys that talking
He
about the
got
whole
hurt himself.
the process. If he jumps ship
Yeah,
to
no,
City,
that can't
that
happen.
would be on
No,
the craziest
I
thing
think
in football.
Guys,
if you're Arsenal, you have to extend Arteta, but it's an extension with a decent amount of risk, because if he doesn't win this year, then you're just gonna. Are you gonna then? Obviously, there'll be a new manager, but then you're looking at other teams. Other teams will be looking to develop, close the gap. We'll see what Liverpool's slot looks like. Edwards will have a year to redo that squad. United might improve. Other teams will be coming. So
you hear that all the time, though.
yeah, but my
I'm
point
just gonna
is
say this. I want to
Go on.
jump through some topics before we move on, because I know Staffy's got to go soon, and we
I
can't
got
be
it.
here all day, obviously. But big up everyone in the chat. Do me a favor. We got 286 people. Please do hit that like button. We should be at least over 150 likes at this point. We're
Stop
only
being
on
cheap,
92.
guys.
We're
it's a
only on
free- it's a
92,
free
guys. Come on. You can do much better than that. But before we go any further, Jay, bro, what happened to Tottenham versus Leicester?
It was not like, you know what? I actually think we played like agenda aside. I thought first half we were good. I thought we were real good. I thought we played well, looked good. Concern is we lost control for 5/10 minutes of the game, and we could have lost the game in that time period. We lost control for 10 minutes, and we literally could have lost. Conceded a big chance to Vardy afterwards.
The midfield?
You know how funny it was that Vardy came back and scored against you. You know how funny that was. That was literally mental. The narrative.
If I was a Tottenham fan, I would have hated the fact that everyone's loving off Jamie Vardy, mugging off my club.
No, listen. The thing is like at the end of the day, it's like it's just banter, isn't it? Like I'm not gonna be a.
I hate that kind of shit.
Like he can bust joke. He's earned the right. He's earned he has got a Premier League. He did lead my team to that Premier League title. He is.
What happened to Maddison?
Listen, it was he played. What do you mean he played? He had a good
He was
half.
good. He was good.
Say, what happened to Maddison? Maddison
good.
had a better game than 80% of the Premier League players this weekend. Yeah, like he genuinely did. What he did
got
in
an
the
assist
first
as well.
half. Pardon?
He got an assist as well.
He got an assist as well. Good assist, like good, really good
good
goal. So, like at the end of the day, it's a bad result.
You can't drop points in these kind of games, you know.
Yeah, that's
you can't.
When you have a result like this,
I see a tweet from you about your fans. No, how mad are you? How mad are your fans right now?
I'm not. Listen, the thing about and this is a thing that I like to say is that supporters, the element and essence of supporting. So I go to some games. Yeah, like I'll go to home, I'll go away, but I'll look on social media and stuff, and I'll see a fan, and I'll be like, okay, so you talk on social media, you don't go to games or nothing like that. Cool. So your support of the team is essentially what you say on social media. So to a large extent, yeah. So because that is essentially the only thing you're saying on talking and putting into the world about your club. So I know the players use social media. I know they use Insta. I know they go on Twitter. I know they read comments. Yeah. So to me, I look at some of this comments from the fan base and stuff like that, and everyone is entitled to criticize the team. Yeah, we drew with fucking Leicester. Ain't no one happy about that. Ain't no one writing paragraphs defending our players. Yeah. But there's a line between criticism and abuse. And I feel that having not won trophies for a while, it sent some of our fan base absolutely insane. And some of the ways they talk about the players, to the players,
it's not productive.
I'm not with it. So to me, I'm not upset with the fan base in terms of wanting more from the club, expecting better quality signings or older signings, not being happy with the performance. Hell, even saying certain players played shit. Cool. I just think there's a certain level of support or supporting that a lot of social media people don't do. But listen, that's just me. I'm not. Maybe I'm just being a bit precious or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough. We're gonna have to talk about United also before Staffy goes. But one thing I'm gonna say is Spurs cannot afford to drop points again, or else it's just gonna get even more toxic for you guys.
Everton of the weekend's got to win.
Typical, yeah. Game week 2, and it's already a must win. Let's go to and seeing Ange the way he was quite upset. Of course, first game of the season. Staffy, you got another update on Ugarte here. Advanced negotiation with Ugarte. I'm not sure if you're a big fan of Ugarte or if you want somebody else, a different profile, but it looks like this could become either a permanent deal or a loan with an obligation to buy. That's what PSG want. I don't know what Man United want, but maybe they don't want the obligation part. But at this moment in time, the deal is not done yet, but both parties involved are trying to get the deal done, verbal agreements done and sealed with the player, of course.
It's not a great deal that I'm a fan of. Like, I'm not getting off my seat for this deal, but it looks like the club really wants to do it. There's a disagreement on the evaluation, which I totally disagree that he's worth 60 million euros. They paid 60 million euros for him last summer. And then a year later, after not really doing the best in League On, and after the manager actually coming out vocally saying that he does not want him and he's not a part of his plans.
Can you blame them though?
It's not that I blame anyone, but when it's known that a player is not wanted at a club, you always feel like that takes a bump in his price. It just happens, especially when you're a big club.
But it's not only United. It's because it's United, and I think because they inflated prices, or because it's Manchester.
Yeah, but I don't
United.
have to do that then.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's why it's because it's 60 million. I think if it was any other club, it probably would have been 40. That's what I'm trying to say to you. If it was Tottenham going for Ugarte right now, it would not.
No,
be 60
I think
million.
they'd milk out Tottenham as well because Tottenham got
Yeah,
money.
they would. They did.
Yeah,
like,
they-
I'm saying, I just don't think it would be the same.
Definitely United tax.
I think it's United tax. Yeah,
I don't think any of us.
But I don't want to be taken for a ride. Listen. I'm not a big fan of the profile that he is as a player, anyways, compared to what we want. Compared to what we need. I think we need something different.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Is the question I'm asking. Like, is there
how many physical
profiles are there?
profile in the DM? And this guy, I heard even Igual say that, saying
what's that, guys? I'm just coming back.
He's a different version of Casemiro, like a younger Casemiro. He couldn't be more different than Casemiro because he's a high press.
But do you want another Casemiro?
You think he's different to Casemiro?
Do you want
because
why would you want another Casemiro? Is a question.
I didn't say I wanted a Casemiro.
Okay.
Igual is saying he's basically a different, like he's just a second Casemiro. He's not another Casemiro because the way that he plays football, he's a high presser. So when his ball destroying ability comes high up the pitch, which to be fair, we already have Mount doing that. Mount is just someone that we have running around the pitch pressing it and counter pressing for 90 minutes or whatever 70 minutes that we have him playing. My issue comes deeper in the midfield. I lack a 6. I lack someone on the build-up, and I lack a destroyer who can defend in my half, which is something that we lacked last season. That's why everyone complained about the 6 looking alone. And I need someone to partner Kobe Mainoo in the future that could do that. That's why I wanted an Onana, and Amadou Onana who went to Aston Villa. No one listened to me on
he's
that.
He's a baller.
One.
Very good.
Even I told them, bro, and they thought they said he's a black Scott McTominay. I was like,
these people don't like Everton players. Oh, he's at Everton.
But he could have progressed the ball for Everton, bro. Did you see? He plays for Sean Dyche in Everton. Of course, no one is progressing no ball there.
Facts.
Of course, they're not. He goes to Villa, and the midfield looked amazing. But they lost Douglas Luiz. They're not going to replace him. No, that midfield looked amazing with the Madonna in it. Sander Berge, I want to Sander Berge over this guy because Sander Berge gives me a profile that I don't have. He's physical. He's tall. He's 6'5", 6'4", or 6'5". He's a very good passer, long range passer as well, which I don't have in this team. And he wouldn't cost me 60 mil. The goal is to go next year and try to get like an Adam Wharton, who's going to probably cost you 100 mil. Am I trying to lose about 60 million of it this summer trying to get Ugarte? No. And this is why they're even trying to manipulate us. And they're like, well, how about you take him for a 10 mil loan and then next summer you have an obligation to buy? I'm not trying to pay 60 for him, bro. Apparently United are trying to evaluate him around like 42 mil. It is better than 60. It's just way too much. I don't think he comes in.
I don't think 42 million is that as much as you think, though. 42 million for a player like that is
bro. He's so weak, bro. He's gonna come into this midfield and he won't solve any of our issues. I said Fred walked so people like Ugarte can run. They killed Fred, but not the idea, bro. Fred was 15 mil, and I got rid of Fred to go get Ugarte for 60 mil just because he's a little bit more techie on the ball, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Pastor
you know
Fred,
those
I
kind
will
of
defend you
feelings.
until the day I
That's
die, Fred.
crazy.
They killed you, but did not kill the
That's
idea.
crazy.
Free Fred, bro. I would have kept Fred rather than spending 60 mil on Ugarte, bro.
But you know
How
the
bad
you know
was
the
it?
Ugarte from
You-
Ugarte from
1
Sporting
second. You think
is
Fred
he a
is
different
better
kind of player to the
all-around
Ugarte from
footballer
PC?
than Ugarte?
No, he's not better. Ugarte is a little bit better than him on the ball. I know.
Yeah.
I think people underplay like how good Ugarte is on the ball. He's
Yeah,
not
that's
completely
all.
shit on the ball, but his attributes are very similar to what Fred used to do. What was very good for Fred in his first year with Ten Hag, by the way, that was the season that he
You're
had the
gonna
most
miss Scott
GA.
McTominay also.
Yeah.
Fuck Scott McTominay. I can't get rid of that guy. Fred was a high presser. He won the ball in very good positions for us. The worst thing about Fred is that when he won the ball, he couldn't do anything with it because his ball playing ability was very mid. And that's why we got rid of him. But when you really think of it, Mount technically replaced Fred because he's that high presser in the midfield that when he gets the ball, and he's actually more decent on the ball than Fred, but he just won the ball for us. I look at Ugarte and I'm like, how many pressers do I need? I need someone who can play the ball from the back. I need someone who can win the ball when we're already like our press is bypassed. Because when people bypass our press, we look exposed. And we
You think
haven't fixed
Ugarte is
that
not good
yet.
enough to play the ball from the back and play
No,
like
because
that? That's what I'm saying to you.
why does Enrique want to get rid of him? He said, I want to get rid of him because he's not a good passer of the ball. So that
I
already is
think-
the manager
I
acknowledging
think the
that.
reason why I compared Ugarte to Casemiro, actually the reason why I know that when I look at what they contribute to a game, I view their ball progressing and their ball playing as not their strength, but more their ability to win the ball.
So
in
here's the
certain
difference,
situations.
Igal. Here's the difference. Casemiro doesn't win the ball pressing. He's actually a slow presser. Like he doesn't press too quick. When
I'm
the
not
team
talking about
triggers the
pressing, I'm
press,
talking about his tackles, interceptions.
no. So I'm explaining that to you. Casemiro is good winning the ball going backwards. So if the team is coming at him in our half, he kind of wins the ball over there. At least in his prime. Right now, he's a little bit sloppy. He's a little bit over the place. Ugarte, as I said, he's a presser, so he advances to win the ball. So when you want to trigger a press, will be good for that. So that's where they're different. The difference is Casemiro, as much as I don't rate him and I want to get rid of him, Casemiro can at least break lines with his passing. And that's one thing I'll give him. Passing into space, he's very good at it. He's just shit on the build-up because little 1-2s with his back behind to the pitch, he's just garbage at that. And that's why he gets displaced a lot. Ugarte can run with the ball. He's a good dribbler. He's a little bit more mobile and more agile than Casemiro. So that's why there's no direct like comparison between the two. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't actually come in and fix the issue. If I could get a younger Casemiro who could pass the ball, I'd be okay with it. But I can't find someone like that. And we're not really looking for anything similar to it.
Yeah. You're not going to find a complete player for cheap. So you're going to have to pay for somebody. But at this moment in time, Frankie de Jong's not going to come to you guys. So what are you going to do?
It's okay. I got Merino at home. I don't need Frankie de Jong.
Yeah.
All right. There's not much time left. There was one more topic I was going to discuss, but forget about that. What's going to happen in your games? Staffy, what do you think is going to happen in the United game? You guys play against Brighton
away.
Away.
I think we're going to score goals. Game, you know? I need to watch. I haven't watched the Brighton game yet. I had a few talks with some United fans that did watch the Brighton game because Brighton was playing the same time as Arsenal, so I watched the Arsenal game instead. And I'm hearing they're very bad on the transition, so their defense is very exposed. I heard that Everton actually had a few chances, they just didn't have the quality to finish it. And
didn't Brighton win their game?
Yeah, they won the game, but they weren't convincing. Is the question? Is the whole thing about it? That's what people.
So it's like 3-0 kind of hides their deficiencies. Yeah, was what I'm trying to say. Because their defense got at, and we look at their backline. Their backline is not that good. So I'm hearing on the transition, they're looking a little bit. That's why I want to wait until I watch the game. So based on just hearing all that, if we get these chances that everything couldn't convert, I expect us to win. But I expect a few goals. I'm not gonna lie. I think United are gonna win like 3-2 or 2-1. I see I see goals going back. I don't think anyone's gonna keep a clean sheet. You know, but I'll back the defense. If we play De Ligt, I think we'll be good. If we play Maguire, that might be an issue. I don't want Mitoma and Welbeck running at Maguire.
And then Arsenal.
And they got an injury, by the way.
Arsenal play Aston Villa away. We got to win that game. After all the Unai Emery stuff, we definitely have to win that game. Just subscribe to Ego.
Can I come back to your channel next week and get £100 from Terrence Stips?
What?
Look at Terrence Stips. He said, "I bet Stuffy £100. United won't beat Brighton."
Okay, so you got to super chat him £100 if anything.
Put his comment on so we have proof, so I can screenshot it. Just post it.
All right, Terrace Tibbs. I'll see you on Staffy TV next week, where you super chat me £100.
Anyone gonna bet me the Arsenal beat Aston Villa? Because I do think Arsenal.
That's a good game. That's the game.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's a good game. So like,
and we're away. And we're away.
See this Arteta Emery stuff could be.
Please tell me we're not playing at 12:30, because that's what happens usually when we play away at Aston Villa. Oh, thank God. We're not playing 12:30. Guys, we're playing at 5:30. It's the evening game.
Underneath the lights. So you might
evening
just
game.
You might just croak.
Early in the season against Aston Villa. If this is mid-season, late in the season, away to Aston Villa, I'll be a little bit more worried. Early in the season, second game of the season, our team is pretty healthy. I'm not too concerned. I'm going into this game confident. I'm going into this game saying, you know what, they're gonna have a really good midfield. That's probably gonna be one of the better midfields in the league.
You guys at home?
No, it's away.
Oh my! That's even. I think that's.
Yeah, it's away.
I wouldn't be surprised if you drop points.
If you lose, I would not be surprised.
It's gonna be a close game.
If you lose, I would not. Listen,
it's gonna be a close game.
Villa
Park, and we're gonna try to get a 2-goal lead, sit on it, and then Villa's gonna get one back, and it's gonna be to end the game 2-1.
I think it's very impressive if you guys win at Villa Park. If you guys win at Villa Park, I think that should be. You should take it. What even 1-0? I think 1-0 would be a perfect result. I think I'd be like, I would go home. I would say,
all I know is if any negative result happens on Saturday, off the back of Man City signing Gundogan, best believe the meltdown will be unbearable. I don't want that. We just need the victory. If it's 1-0, 2-0, whatever it is, we just need to win.
This Villa side as well is I'm telling you now, that team is look at Villa Park as well. The fans are gonna be on the case as well. They just beat West Ham away from home. This could, last season, when they were playing against you away from home, that was crazy, bro. So I'm saying this season it could be similar. Even with us, I'm saying like with us, we got Brentford. We got Brentford.
Yeah, that's
gotta go.
I think that's done. I think we're done. I think we could get an easy win, bro.
Anyways, we're going to wrap it up here. Guys, go check out Staffy TV. He's going to be live right now with his show. Big up everyone in the comment section. Catch you guys in the next video. Lovely show. And make sure you guys like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Join the family. We're out of here, people. Big up Staffy. Don't know Musa.